Welcome to Mom's True Tea, the podcast where moms can spill the true tea on various thought-provoking topics and challenge beliefs about motherhood and life authentically, unapologetically, and without judgment. I'm your host, 𝐾𝐨𝐬𝐫𝐿iams. Hey. I was talking to somebody today and they were like, how do you manage motherhood? And I thought that was an interesting question because how do you manage motherhood? I can't tell you how to manage motherhood, but I can give you some advice on how to move through it. Because we don't really manage motherhood. We move through motherhood the best way we know how, all while learning along the way. Motherhood actually manages us. Now, my platform, as always, is a little different, and my message is for moms that are overlooked and may have struggled or may be struggling with motherhood. Mothers are out here suffering in silence because society tells us we should be so thankful for being moms, when in reality, we should have the support and protection we need as moms to express that we are exhausted. The days we have some regrets about motherhood. So I'll say the quiet parts out loud as always, because I wish that I had a community or even had a support system when I was raising my sons, other than my husband who came into our lives when they were 8 and 13. But other mothers who may have felt like I did as a mom or were experiencing some of the things that I was as a mom, just a village and a community of support would have helped me so much now that I think about it. There's so much talk about the joy in being a mom. There's these mommy groups and all kinds of support groups or villages for those that love motherhood, but there's very little discussion or support for women who have struggled with motherhood or the ones that have not experienced such a joyous journey in motherhood like myself. Some things I wish I knew early in my time as a mom is to do away with mom guilt. Whether you're a new mom, seasoned mom, or somewhere in between, we all know that being a mom is challenging and it can be hard as hell. It comes with diverse emotions and feelings. It comes with challenges. Some of us have trauma or PTSD from motherhood, but it can also have some incredible moments. I don't want to disregard that. But some ways we can move through motherhood or maybe let motherhood manage us in a way that we need it to is, again, do away with that mom guilt. Then we also have to remove that codependency, meaning when you're away from your kids or you're spending time alone with your girlfriends or whatever, and you've left them with someone trustworthy, why do you need to speak to them consistently during your time away? That's your time. And I think some women or some moms, they have a codependency because they need to feel needed. Then embrace your imperfections. Stop trying to be this perfect mom that will only cause you burnout, anxiety, and stress. Keep it real with yourself and then with others unapologetically. Putting on a facade as this perfect parent or that your kids are perfect is a lie, and it is exhausting. There are no perfect moms nor perfect kids. Somebody said something about gentle parent. We can't gentle parent these kids these days. These kids are built tough. They are built rough. And they are not gentle kids. So we can't always be gentle parents. We have to eliminate chronic stress. Stop trying to look like we have it all figured out or that we're some superwoman or we're superwomen. We are, but it's killing us. Find yourself again. I think we lose sight of who we really are as individuals. I call it mistaken identity. Or some of us haven't even been able to identify who we are outside of being a mom or a wife. But who are you? Who are you? Who are you as an individual and not as someone's wife, partner, girlfriend, fiance, sister, daughter, friend, or mom? Who are you? What are your aspirations, your dreams, and what are you passionate about? I'm 51 years old and I am just starting to identify who I am as Kendall and find what I'm passionate about. I remember my older son saying, "Mom, what are you passionate about?" And I was like, "I'm not passionate about anything because I don't have the opportunity or the time to be passionate because I was being a mom and a wife and I was trying to run a business and I was also working. So, how can you find your passion when you don't have time for yourself?" Like, there's so many things that I'm good at, but I was not passionate about any of them. Then I think you need to create this space and community for moms who haven't had the best experience or are not having the best experience with motherhood, and they can be honest and hear truth that it's okay to have these feelings. Show yourself some self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. It is okay to have bad days and it's okay to ask for help. Also, give yourself some grace, girl. We also need to prioritize self-care. I know there's lots to talk about this, but put action behind it, whatever that looks like for you. Some of us don't even know what that is. When I was raising my kids, that looked like me getting my nails and hair done at the time. But what does that look like for you? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. Self-care isn't selfish. It is a necessity. It's necessary. Some simple care tips may be doing nothing if that's what you want to do. Take a walk, do a staycation, go to the spa, have the kids give you some space. Doing whatever you want to do is self-care. Again, let me repeat that. Doing whatever you want to do is self-care. Set boundaries. Learn to say no and set boundaries to protect your mental and emotional well-being with everyone. I know with small kids, it could be a challenge, but that's where your partner or your husband should come in, and that's where the training with them begins. You can manage your time better or the best way you know how, like planning and organizing. Use planners and calendars, put things in notes, create to-do lists. Plan your week, but still stay flexible. Delegate some of those tasks. Delegate age-appropriate tasks to your kids. Make them clean up behind themselves. Make them pick up their toys behind themselves. Set up some bins for them so they can throw their toys inside those bins to keep things organized and neat, because when you see disarray and disorganization, it makes your life crazy. Share responsibilities with your partner, your husband, your spouse, your fiance, your boyfriend, your baby daddy, and they know you are good enough. Sometimes just getting things done is better than doing it perfectly. Focus on what truly matters to you. I am a senior level project manager by profession, so planning and organization, it's in my DNA. I can pivot, but to keep my sanity, time management, and being organized is and always has been a non-negotiable for me. It annoys people who are opposite, but it's what works for me. There's no way in the world that I could navigate looking at clutter and disarray and things all over the place and still have a sane mind. So structure, having things cleared out, it helps me mentally, and it's my personal self-care to myself. Then, like I said earlier, find you a tribe. This was limited for me, but if you have people you can trust and rely on, and they're not going to judge you based on your current experience in parenting or in motherhood, then that's your network or your tribe. Find you some non-judgmental friends or mothers, because some moms sit on these seats of judgment because their experiences aren't like yours, and they tend to get real judgy. And then what happens is, how they've judged you, karma circles back around, and then they start dealing with some of the same shit you were dealing with, and now they have to come back to you and ask for advice. So find some non-judgmental moms. Connect with other moms who understand your struggles and they can offer that support. I cannot express that enough. Don't be afraid to ask for help from family or friends or even professional services. If you can afford it, have somebody come and clean your house. I think they got like these little specials I've been seeing on social media. It's like $18, $19 to come and clean your space. If you need to do that, do that. If you need someone to come and do your laundry, do that. If you need someone to provide you some meals, even if it's 2 to 3 meals through the week, do that. Do whatever you need to do to free your time. Find community resources that can be helpful as well. Embrace your imperfection. Prioritize your self-care. Manage your time efficiently. Find you a true tribe. Give yourself grace and celebrate all of your small wins. Remember, it is your journey and you're doing an amazing job, even when it doesn't feel like it. Keep going, keep laughing, and keep loving. And I encourage you to implement at least one from today's episode into your daily routine and see how to create your own lane as a mom and what works best for you. Because everything that works for one doesn't necessarily work for others. Like, sisters, let's continue supporting each other on this journey as not only being moms, but women. We need each other. We need a community. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so blessed to have a community where I can show up as my most authentic self because I don't know what else to be. Don't forget to favorite the show, leave a review, and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite streaming platforms to stay up to date on new episodes. Subscribe to my newsletter at momstruetea.com. Follow us on all socials at MUMSTRUETEA, and be sure to share and stay tuned for more thought-provoking topics and real talk on Mom's True Tea with Kendall Lachey. Until next time, remember, you need you just as much as anyone else, so stop playing about you, okay? Bye.